Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day and evening so far. Today I'm bringing you a energy update, pick a card reading. So we're going to be looking into the energy shifts you may be going through, whether this is internal or external to you. So yeah, we're just going to be doing a little update on where you are at energetically, and how you can maneuver around it, why it may be happening, and stuff like that. So we have 3 piles here, A, B, and C. Feel free to pick more than one if you feel guided to do so. Feel free to pick all 3, because there may be more than one messages in each pile for you. Because this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate with you, and that is okay. Just take what does and leave the rest. This is also a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear the messages. I am doing personal readings, so that information will be down below in the description box on how to book with me. And then I just want to say thank you all who have liked, shared, subscribed, supported my channel in any way you felt guided to do so. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for your love, support, and your kindness, your kind words. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Like, I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. Yeah. So I think that's all I have to say. Okay, so I was really guided to do this reading. I wasn't really gonna record anything today, but Spirit was just like, just do a little energy update. So let's get into your reading because I feel really eager to get started here. So I will see you at your reading. Pile A group. So this is your reading for your energy update. So, okay. I'm feeling like we have a lot of shifts going on. Obviously this is an energy update, but I feel like you could be going through a time where it is a bit chaotic, but I'm feeling like through the chaos you're learning or trying to find your balance. I feel like things are changing and going on around you. I almost feel like this is almost like if we had tarot, like a tower moment, but like maybe like less intense. What's less intense than a tower moment? Maybe it's almost like you expect these changes, you expect all this chaos or this crumbling down of your old reality, your old ways, your old behaviors, your old world. But it's like you're expecting it, so so you're trying to just learn how to balance through it because you know that it has to go, because I do feel like you are manifesting a whole new reality for yourself. You are learning to raise your vibration. I feel like this is a very powerful group of like manifestors. So definitely a lot of you who pick this pile are star seeds. People who, we have Pleiades here. So it says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So basically the Pleiadians are a group of star beings that are sent here to raise the vibration of the planet and to share new consciousness through different creations and technology and whatnot. So I do feel like a lot of you are Pleiadians. I do feel like you definitely have been incarnated here on this earth to raise the vibration of the planet, but also to raise your own vibration, because we do have this card here as well. Whether it be through writing, speaking, channeling, I feel like you're very spiritual, very in tune to the spirit world, very in tune to the other Pleiadians around you. I feel like you're very just connected. There's a lot of blue here. So I feel like you could be speakers or writers or into like technology, something to help raise the vibration of the planet, of the earth. And I feel like you've always known this, or you're just now discovering this, or you have discovered it, and so you're trying to manifest the new reality that you want, as to make this maybe a full-time job for you. Maybe you're deciding to be a channeler, or to start a YouTube channel, or to start a blog or a vlog about how to raise your consciousness, how to raise your vibration, how to live the life of your dreams, how to manifest your dreams, how to manifest your own reality and stuff like that. I feel like you're really dedicating your time, or you want to dedicate your time to this mission, because I feel like this group, you really have a mission that you really want to pursue. But in order to pursue it, I do feel like there are things that have to crumble away, that have to leave your life, that have to dissipate as it may. And I feel like it may be a bit chaotic. So that's the type of vibe I was getting here. And I feel like it may make you chaotic with your emotions a little bit. So I do feel like there's guidance here on trying to balance your emotions, balance your energy, master your emotions, master your energy amidst this chaos and stuff like that. So I do feel like your work is being divinely guided. Absolutely. I do think that you could be a really chatty person, or just a person that, because I feel like Pleiadians, or I don't feel, but I know Pleiadians are really chatty people. So I definitely feel like channel, like you get intuitive hits or intuitive messages, like you can channel, like what am I trying to say, like you can get messages and like write them down and like share them. They're like straight from like source creator, from other Pleiadians, from your other galaxy and world. I feel like you can really channel, from that into the third dimension. So you can channel from the fifth dimension to the third dimension is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you definitely have a plan. I feel like you definitely want to do your part in this plan. I do feel like you have a really strong presence. You have a very strong light within you. I feel like people are just attracted to you because you're really chatty and you speak truth and you speak spiritual truth. You speak spiritual knowledge, whether you're aware of it or not, you really do. And a lot of people resonate with that. I mean, a lot of people who are on that same vibrational frequency really resonate with that. So I feel like you have a large audience, or you will have a large audience if this is something that you haven't really started yet, you're just thinking about. I do feel like you're going to be really successful in this new pathway, this new type of work that you're doing, this new mission that you're doing. You have a very unique light, and I feel like you're meeting new people, or you're about to meet new people. You're enjoying, it's like you're meeting your soul family. You're about to meet your soul family. But I feel like through all this like positive stuff that's coming in, because I do feel like this is something has been happening, that's already happening. I do feel like all the old stuff, or just the stuff that no longer resonates with you, is kind of creating a little bit of conflict or chaos, because it's trying to fall away, or you're trying to still hold on to that life and this life. So I do feel like Spirit is guiding you to say that it's okay to let go of things that are no longer resonating with you. It's okay to let go of people, places, things that just aren't resonating with you. They served their purpose at that time, and now it's time to kind of move forward, raise your vibration, and kind of move forward on your path to what is best for you and for humanity, basically. So you're very humanitarian. Like, you care about the collective, you care about the collective consciousness. I feel like you're really trying to be more conscious in what you choose and why you choose it. I feel like I don't know, I feel like you're trying to be more present in your life and just be more in alignment with who you really are. But I think in doing this, it's just causing some chaos around with other people, which is causing some internal like emotional conflicts and stuff, because I feel like you may not want to let other people go, people that have just served their purpose or served their time as in being in your life. And I feel like you're maybe having a hard time with that. So I do feel like Spirit is like guiding you and with you every step of the way to like, it's okay to let go. It's okay to surrender. It doesn't mean that you don't care about these people, or you don't love them, or, you have to be nasty or mean about it. It just means that you send them away with love, you release them with love, you surrender with love, and that, everything happened the way it was supposed to. People were in your life for a reason or a season, and they were definitely for a reason and a season, but I don't think it was meant to be forever. So I feel like you're trying to kind of get a grip on that type of kind of stuff, if that makes sense. So definitely channeling, definitely uplifting humanity. And then we have believe in the impossible, which is a blue moon, which is really, really rare. So blue moon is basically a moon that's a full moon that happens twice in 1 month. I think we only get I know last year we got we had a blue moon. I don't know if we're gonna have one this year. I don't know if it happens once a year or just once, very rarely. But anyways, it's a very rare thing. So I do feel like you're a very rare and special person. I feel like this is something that you've always hid or kept to yourself. Like, you never really told people or shared your uniqueness, your light, you just have a very rare gift, I feel. And I feel like you've been kind of trying to embody it more, and you're really starting to see progress. You're really starting to see the results of you embodying this Pleiadian energy and stuff like that. So I do feel like whatever's happening, whatever you're trying to manifest, it's already here. Like you're already living the reality that you want, or this is something that you must embody and you have to act as if. But I do feel like for most of you, you're already manifesting, your reality. It's already here. I think it's just in a matter of balancing it out with your old reality. It's almost like you're one step in, one step out. You're in between realities right now, I feel, which is definitely could be like why there's a lot of chaos, or why there's like difficult emotions you have to deal with at this time. But in terms of the blue moon here, I do feel like this is a card that talks about basically believing, because it says believe in the impossible. So believing that you can achieve anything you want. I feel like something's gonna happen, or something may be happening to you right now that's very rare, that only happens like once in a blue moon. Basically, it's very lucky. So I do feel like you have a lot of luck around you when it comes to something specific that you're trying to manifest, or something specific that you're trying to accomplish or do. But the more specific you are, the more that the universe can help you. So maybe you're having a hard time manifesting this rare, this lucky thing, this lucky opportunity, and the universe is saying be as specific as possible, because the universe can only give you what you ask for when you narrow it down, when you're as specific as what feels good. So if you're in this process of like raising your vibration and trying to help the collective raise their vibration, I feel like you already know that in order to raise your vibration, you have to feel good, you have to think good. It both coincides. So if you're thinking something that makes you feel bad, you know that it's not going to help yourself, one, and it's not going to help raise the vibration of the collective. So I do feel like it's about kind of maybe being specific in terms of like for your emotional self, because I feel like your emotions are kind of maybe out of whack, or just not out of whack, but maybe a little bit out of balance, which is where you're getting the wobbliness in terms of manifesting what you want. So I hope this makes sense. But anyways, with this blue moon, I do feel like this is a blue moon where it's about luck. Like I said, it's about gratitude. It's a reminder to believe in your dreams, to believe in whatever you want to manifest, and to be specific as possible. I don't know why I keep getting that message, but there's something in here about being really specific about your dreams. And know that the more specific you are, the more that you believe in your dreams, the more that it will go in your favor. I do feel like this card is about, like I said, like a rare opportunity, once in a lifetime type of thing. It's a very positive card. And I do feel like you could be feeling maybe you're asking for too much. So you're kind of in that energy or vibration where you don't like emotionally believe that you're able to get what this specific lucky thing that you're trying to get. And the universe is saying to believe that you can, to really feel it in your heart space, in your gut, in your solar plexus, in your heart chakra. Really feel this emotion as if it's already happening. Like act as if it's already in your life, and you will achieve it. Because I feel like you've achieved so much, but there's maybe like one thing that's like really kind of difficult for you to achieve. And a lot of this is just because you're still kind of dealing with old stuff that's maybe lingering in the way, and you're just maybe not believing that you could really achieve this specific thing that you're trying to achieve. So whatever you're asking about, I do feel like definitely, like I said, it's important to believe it. I feel like this is also saying that I feel like this is like a seasonal thing. So I feel like whatever you're trying to manifest may happen the next season. So if you're in winter time, because it's winter in America right now. So if you're in winter time, I feel like by spring it'll manifest. Or wherever you are, I feel like the next season after where you like the season you're in, it will definitely manifest. It will come into fruition for you. The more that you raise your vibration, because also the more that you raise your vibration, the more that you help humanity, you help uplift humanity. I do feel like with this Pleiades thing, it's like a double mission. You have a double mission right now, and I feel like you're really focused on it, and I feel like there's just something that you want to achieve. But I feel like Spirit is saying it's already here. You just have to align with it vibrationally. You have to be present in your life. Know that it's already here. I feel like astrology, whatever's happening in the sky, as above, so below, is going to really manifest this faster for you. So, check what's going on in the sky from when you're watching this. I don't know when you're going to watch this, but whatever is happening, there's a specific astrological like alignment that's really going to help power this manifestation into your physical reality, basically, is what's going on. This is a very light energy I'm feeling. I'm not feeling like super like crazy stuff. So this is just something where you're just really trying to manifest something and you're really trying to achieve something, but you may be feeling a little bit stuck. And it's all about your vibration, and it's all about your mission. It's all about why you're here on this planet and who you are. Definitely a starseed, definitely a Pleiadian. So that's really cool. So in terms of raise your vibration, now this card is definitely speaks for itself. Raise your vibration, I feel like, really speaks about raising your vibration, like I was saying, and really aligning with what you really want in terms of what you're trying to manifest. So I feel like you could be suffering from maybe a lot of headaches or belly aches or something like that, or you're just struggling maybe to feel healthy and strong, or just suffering from anxiety or insomnia in some way. Nothing major, but I do feel like it's, you raising your vibration, raising your consciousness, ascending and evolving is taking a toll on your physical body, which is perfectly normal when you're trying to embody more light and, kind of despair, or just not despair, but dissipate, or just kind of balance your shadow with your light when you're trying to raise your vibration. So I do feel like your body is definitely alerting you to release old patterns and unexpressed feelings, and to clear just old behaviors, old ways of thinking. I do feel like exercise could be something that could help you out in terms of like releasing a lot of endorphins and releasing a lot of old energy that may be trapped in your body in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting from this card to not fear failure, and to embrace yourself, to embrace the collective consciousness, to embrace people around you lovingly, and know that you're working really hard, and you're working really hard to properly house your spirit. I feel like there's a thing here about being present and being conscious as much as possible to cast off any feelings of sorrow, depression, victim mentality, poverty consciousness, in order to retrieve back your health, in order to take back, to be more balanced and be more leveled. So I do feel like your physical health could be a little bit, nothing serious, but just a little bit like wonky, like maybe you're just really tired or restless, which is the theme going on here, especially if you're ascending, if you're evolving, if you're starseed, if you're really in tune to your spirit. That's, like I said, really, really normal. So don't worry about it too much. But I think spirit is just really asking you to be more conscious of it, and to take care of it at that time. Don't kind of put it off. Don't ignore it. Just, if you're guided to rest. If you're guided to take a nap, take a nap. So, because you are introducing your body to a higher, more positive, healthy vibration, and through, loving choices and healthy choices and thoughts. So that's gonna create some type of like chaos a little bit in your body if you've been holding on to a lot of negative feelings and lower vibrations and stuff like that. So this is basically saying to discipline your mind as much as possible. Focus on those energies that help you to love your body. Listen to it, be patient, and if there's anything that's troubling you, or you're feeling a niggling feeling that is kind of worrying you, it's alerting you to release what is no longer serving you. So I do feel like there's a lot of old patterns that you need to release, old friendships, old relationships, or just old dynamics of friendships and relationships. This will really help you raise your vibration and enhance your physical and your intuition and your psychic vitalities, because I do feel like a lot of you are very psychic. Like you may have really psychic dreams, or just really profound prophet type dreams and stuff, I do feel like you're just really rare and you're really special and you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of 5D knowledge. You're very much connected to the 5D, to the Pleiadians, the galaxy, other Pleiadians and stuff like that. And I feel like you're going to come into contact, or you already have come into contact with other people from your soul family that are also star seeds. So I kind of want to say, like, keep up the good work. Like, you're doing a really good job and you're really moving forward in this. And I do feel like Spirit saying, keep up the good work. You should pat yourself on the back. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Just let the old go and trust that by letting it go, that you're going to continue to raise your vibration. I feel like this isn't like super hard for you to let this go. I feel like maybe you were just struggling with it because you didn't know if it was the right thing, or whatever the case may be. But I don't think this is a super big deal, whatever you're dealing with. I think it's just like little niggling things that are like little annoying things that are kind of just hindering you from really reaching your peak and really like raising your vibration to the point where you can be a clear channel and conduit to the astral world, to the Pleiadian galaxies and stuff like that. So that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful and I hope this resonated. I hope it made sense. I feel like I was kind of all over the place, but I was channeling a lot, which I channel, but I feel like I was channeling like how you, pile A, you would channel, and it's so much information that was hard for me to kind of get it out. So I feel like you are very capable of channeling a lot of information, but you have to be in a vibrational place of like a balance of peace, of just being neutral, being present. The more present you are, the more that you can really channel this and like really share this information, because I feel like you have a lot of information that people need to hear, that people want to hear, that needs to be shared to help the collective and help humanity, especially right now, nowadays. So this is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful and I hope this resonated. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, Pile B, and welcome to your reading for your energy update check-in. So, interesting energy here. So, let me start with your first oracle message here that says mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So the first thing I'm getting from this is that you're in a place right now where you are getting like triggered a lot, or constantly triggered by people, places, things. I feel like this could definitely be people or a particular person, but I feel like you're going through this thing where you could be in a place of seeing things from a distorted view, or seeing things from a wounded place, basically. I feel like there could be a lot of complaining around you. Maybe you could be complaining a lot, having a lot of negative self-talk, or just talking really negatively. And all of this, I feel like Spirit is definitely saying that this is some self-sabotaging energy, that they want you to be aware of why this is happening, why you're doing this, or why this is happening around you, why you're maybe attracting this at this time, because I do feel like a lot of this is outside influence. So you could be around a lot of people who just have really distorted views of you, of the world, of just things, who are really like negative in the way they talk, a lot of complaining, a lot of maybe self-sabotaging that other people are doing. It's just a lot of kind of just low vibe stuff going on. And you could be wondering why you're around them, why you keep attracting people like this, or why people like this are attracted to you. And, we can't always help who we attract or what we attract in our lives, but we can always learn from it, and we can always, it's always our responsibility for if we're entertaining these types of energies around us. That's the only thing you have control over. You don't always have control over what you attract, but like I said, you can control what you entertain and always learn why you may be attracting certain energies. When you're ready, if you're in this place of really looking at it from that type of perspective. And I do feel like the mirror card is really asking you to do that. This card is really talking about you, well, just not you, but just, people filter their own experience through, their experience. What am I trying to say? So people experience life 90% of the time through their own filter, basically. And if you have a negative filter, if you have a distorted filter, a distorted perception, wounds that you're filtering through, then you're gonna see the world and other people through those wounds. You know what I'm saying? Now, they may not necessarily be those types of people. You may just be seeing something, because you're wounded, so you're just gonna see wounds in other people. Like hurt people hurt people. Well, wounded people wound people. Wounded people usually attract wounded people, and we all have wounds, so that's not a bad thing. But it's more like noticing like the type of woundedness you're attracting. If you're always attracting like cheaters, and maybe you've never cheated, but maybe you grew up around your parents always cheating, that's a wound. It's a very subconscious wound, but that is a wound that you still carrying around because that's all you grew up with and that's all you saw, like that kind of example. So it could be many other things. It doesn't even have to be something like cheating or anything. It doesn't even have to be something that major. It could be a wound of criticism. It could be a wound of just complaining, negative self-talk. If you always talk negatively to yourself, and you find yourself with people who talk negatively, then that's something that, you both have in common. You both have that same wound of like maybe figuring out why you talk so negatively. And because it always has a reason. There's always a reason to why we do everything. It's usually coming from a program or a condition that we learned early on in our life. So basically, this card is saying to kind of filter your own projections. It's time to kind of take responsibility for how you're seeing the world and in what way you're seeing the world, yourself and others. So if someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, that's when we get triggered, basically. And usually it's an unconscious thing, and by usually like 90% of the time it's unconscious. You don't know exactly that you're being triggered until maybe after the fact, when you reflect on the day or reflect on the situation. You're just like, maybe you're thinking like, why did I respond like that? Why didn't I respond this way? Or why did that person like, why did I get so triggered when that person said this or did that, or whatever the case may be. So I do feel like, when people in situations come up, they trigger us. It's usually a mirror that reflects back to us what we believe to be true about our life, about ourselves, about the universe, all of that. So mirroring really points to our shadow and our light. So when someone can mirror, your negative aspects, your shadow side, just as much as they mirror your positive and your light side. It depends on what you're activating at the time, where you're at vibrationally, how much, integrating you've done with your shadow and light. It's a whole thing. That's the healing process, the ascension journey. That's the whole like kit and caboodle, basically. So when we have parts of us that are yet to be accepted, like I was saying, and witnessed and loved, that's when we have, those shadow qualities, those negative aspects, those triggers that people would trigger in us that maybe, like I was saying, we're not exactly aware of. So basically, this mirror card is asking you to look closely at what is triggering you and what people are mirroring back to you. I feel like you could be around people who trigger the same thing in you. I feel like there's a really big trigger, one in particular that is always getting triggered within you. And basically, this is Spirit saying there's an opportunity to heal something. This is happening for a reason. If you find yourself relating to this, resonating with this, there's a reason you're getting triggered so often. And maybe, like I said, this one particular trigger, and this is happening for a reason. It's happening so you can heal something within you. So you can shine a light on something that is long overdue, that longs to be seen by you. So basically, when we do like shadow work and stuff like that, it's basically like just shining a light in our shadow, like accepting and being aware of why we have that trigger, where that trigger came from, and how to maybe like just like I said, like integrate it, acknowledge it, and make it so it's less triggering for us and for other people when they shine a light on that particular situation. So this is for the good and the bad. So it doesn't have to be all bad, but I do feel like this is like a negative trigger, basically. This is a wound that's being triggered. Like I said, it could be a viewpoint, it could be you complaining a lot. It's just something that's very self-sabotaging, basically. So I feel like this is a kind of a deeper message. I don't want to get that deep, but I'm just going to try to kind of, skim, like not get so deep to it. So for example, if you're going through a situation right now where, or if you find yourself ever being like really hating a person or hating something that's going on, something you despise or you're really envious of, or you always put down, whether it's you or another person, a place or thing, doesn't really matter. If basically Spirit is saying, if you do not realize what that this person, place, or thing is triggering something in you that is still yet to be healed, it will remain to hurt and wound you over and over and over again. So I feel like this is a recurring thing. I feel like this is a pattern, and Spirit is really really pushing this. I feel like you've been triggered a lot in Spirit, and this is happening because Spirit wants you to pay attention, because it's something that's unhealed. It's something that needs to be taken care of so you can move forward, so you can take that next step in your life, because I do feel like whatever this is, it's holding you back, and you're not going to get it all in one day. Nobody does. It's, healing is not linear, but the more that you're aware of it, the more that you can pinpoint it, the more that you can see, yourself in another person, the better that you can heal yourself. People come to us really to mirror what's going on within ourselves. So the more that you can see what this person's mirroring, the better. And like I said, the good and the bad. So just don't pay attention to the bad. Pay attention to the good stuff that you admire in people, because that's something that you admire within yourself. And then with the negative stuff, that's something that maybe definitely you're unconscious of, or that you really just, maybe you really don't, unconscious, same thing. It's just something that you need to be aware of. I just have to bring that to your attention. I just feel like Spirit wants to bring that to your attention. I don't want to get in too much detail about it, because it could be a million different things, depending on, there's so many of you watching, so it could be a million different things. But this is basically Spirit is saying, pay attention to your triggers, because there's really important healing to be done, and there's really important information that you need to learn from that. So I hope that part made sense. Okay, so in terms of your next oracle card here, we have look at the bigger picture, full moon, and Sagittarius. So for some of you, you could be a Sagittarius. You don't have to be. You could have Sagittarius in your chart, or just the characteristics of a Sagittarius, or a fire sign, or whatever the case may be. But look at the bigger picture is really asking you to take a observe type of stance, to really be objective. What's going on right now in your world, and maybe in the world globally. I feel like this is saying you need to take a time out or a mini break or something. This is also saying to keep an open mind about what's for your highest good, what's for the best, because I feel like this is also, because Sagittarius, their planet is Jupiter. So I feel like there could be a surprise that the universe is trying to surprise you with once you get past this this lesson about mirroring. So really look up mirroring. I don't want you to just take my word for it. Just look it up and see what you can find. There's a lot of great information on YouTube about mirroring, and just online, and just see what comes up and see if it resonates with you. See if it's something that you can kind of research and try to incorporate into your life, and see if you can kind of manage that and just have a different perspective. I really feel like Spirit is asking you to have a different perspective. And you did get an extra card in this reading, because it was only supposed to be 3, and you got an extra one. Which I'll get to in a minute, but I do feel like having a different perspective, having an open mind, and you could be really surprised by what the universe offers to you and what the universe brings to you. I do feel like maybe you've been distracted a little bit, because I feel like Sagittariuses can be a little bit distracted. So maybe you've been distracted from this work, from this healing work, this shadow work, this healing that you have to do. This is also saying to be confident in the healing work that you have to do, and try to find balance between speaking your mind and saying too much, because we do have to think things through. And I feel like this is saying think before you speak, think before you respond, think before you react, because Spirit really wants you to be aware of are you reacting from a place that's neutral, from a place of grace, or are you reacting from a place that's triggered, that's negative, that's wounded, so I feel like that's a really big lesson as well. I do feel like Spirit may be asking you to not think too much about the details or the dilemma that you find yourself in with these people coming towards you that you may not like to come towards you. It's it's just a mirroring thing. I don't think it's a really major deal. It just feels uncomfortable. It feels bad. It feels negative because it's a wound in you that hasn't been acknowledged yet. So really, again, Spirit is really saying, acknowledge this wound, acknowledge your wounds, acknowledge all your wounds. But there's one particular wound that's really, I feel like, being highlighted, but they're not telling me what the wound is. They're just highlighting the word wound. There's like a major one that's like causing some issues here, causing a dilemma. And I feel like you could be fretting over it. It could be making you counterproductive. It could be making you really negative in your speech, complaining a lot, or something like that. And basically, this card is just reminding you to think things through, think before you speak, before you act. And then kind of take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and ask yourself, what do you see about this current situation? What do you see in them that could be a reflection of what's going on in you? You know, maybe someone was complaining about how much money they had, and maybe just yesterday you were complaining about how much money you had. You know what I mean? But maybe when this person complains, it really bothers you for whatever reason, and it bothers you because it's something that you do yourself that also bothers your spirit, because it's not something that comes natural. It's something that comes from a place of lack, control, and just a lower vibe type of energy. It's kind of like that type of thing I'm picking up here. So I hope this makes sense. But anyways, this is about having more positive thoughts, because I really do think it's like negative self-talk and like negative thinking. So this is about having more positive thoughts, to count your blessings, even if you don't know yet exactly what you feel blessed with. Maybe you're just merely in this kind of negative place, which is fair. We all have been there. We all are there, just given what everything that's going on in the world. That's perfectly okay. But Spirit doesn't want you to sit there, to stay there, to stick there, because I feel like Spirit, first of all, I feel like this group is very inspirational. You are very philosophical. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom that needs to be shared with the world. And when you're in this negative place, where you're in this place of like self-sabotage, complaining, you can't share your gifts with the world. You know, you're a very positive, optimistic person deep down, whether you believe it or not. I feel like you just kind of got yourself caught up in some negative stuff, negative people, negative circumstances, negative environment, whatever the case may be. But Spirit wants you to get back to your true nature, which is this positive, optimistic healer. For a lot of you, this philanthropist, I'm getting this, maybe psychiatrist, psychology, maybe special types of psychology, or just, you know, tarot reading, or whatever the case may be. I feel like you're way more optimistic than what you give yourself credit for. And basically, with this look at the bigger picture card, it's a reminder to you may not be certain about the journey you're being called to right now. You may not be certain about this new inspirational path, this new spiritual path, because Sagittarius is, Jupiter is a really spiritual planet and sign. So maybe you're being called to go on the spiritual path, which you may be uncomfortable with, because it means you have to take more accountability for your actions. You have to take more responsibility for your feelings, what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, instead of placing blame, instead of just hating that person, place, or thing. You have to take accountability for maybe why you're around that person, place, or thing. You know, what that says about you that you hate something, because when you hate something in someone else, like I was saying, it's something within you as well. So you just have to dig a little deeper. It is work. It is not fun. It is uncomfortable, but it will benefit you in the long run. Because once you heal yourself and you raise your consciousness, you heal and raise the consciousness of the collective. So it's always for the betterment of yourself and the highest good for everybody else involved and everyone else you come into contact with, because you don't want to keep projecting negativity and wounds onto other people, just like other people have done to you. You really be really accountable for why you feel the way you feel, why you respond the way you respond, and really like master your emotions, master your vibration, discipline your mind, basically. So yeah, so this is like I think this is like something you're going through, definitely something you're going through, that maybe just, you may be feeling a little bit stuck and a little bit annoyed and just a little bit like agitated with. I feel like just kind of like you can't get a hold of it. You don't understand what's going on. You don't really see what's going on. Maybe you don't want to see something in you that you just don't want to deal with right now. And Spirit's saying, like, you know, that's okay. You deal with things when you want to deal with them. You acknowledge things when you want to acknowledge them. But this is part of the process. You know, this is something that you're going to have to do eventually, is what I'm hearing. So in terms of think things through, which we kind of already went through, and we have it here with asked with sincerity. So think things through. I really do feel like is about, like I said, thinking before you speak, making sure that what you're saying and how you're responding is coming from a place of love, a place of balance, a place of really mastering your own thoughts, your feelings, and not placing blame on anyone or anything. I do feel like it's telling, basically spirit is saying like to take your time with something. I'm getting like a patient energy before you move forward with something, and really like review your options, because I do feel like you're entering a new stage of like spirituality, a new stage of like soul maturity, like you're becoming more mature, because when we place blame and we like talk negatively, not negatively, but when we place blame and we don't really, and we blame others and we hate things, and it's usually coming from an immature energy. And not saying that you're immature, but it's just maybe the way you weren't taught how to handle certain emotions, how to see yourself as full light and shadow, how to see, what am I trying to say? How to see the bigger picture, basically, how to see the bigger picture of you, and the like a different perspective of yourself, not just like the good qualities, but also like the shadow qualities that we all carry. You will continue to carry as long as you live on this earth as a human being. Otherwise, if you didn't have shadows, a shadow side, you would be a light being. You wouldn't be here, basically. You transition into light and energy, which is what you are in truth. So when you're a human and 3D physical world, you have a shadow side, and it's basically, that's just like the game of being a human, and the lesson is to learn how to integrate both and how to work with both, not to kind of ignore it or shame it or guilt, those things that you have, not to feel bad because you have a negative thought. We all have negative thoughts. Not to feel bad because you have wounds. We all have wounds, but to know where those wounds come from, and telling yourself a different story around the wounds, and telling yourself, you don't have to complain, maybe asking yourself why you're complaining in the first place, and what do you need to feel better in this situation, instead of just kind of like shaming yourself or shaming others because they complain. That's not helping anything. It's more like figuring out why you're complaining and what you need in order to not complain anymore, and what you need to like give to yourself, basically how you can handle your own needs. So I do feel like a lot of you are coming into a place, or maybe have been in a place where you have to make a lot of decisions lately. A lot of decisions that will influence your life in the future. I'm getting like future energy here, that will influence your life in the next several years, basically. And Spirit is saying you're more than capable of picking the best outcome, picking the best course of action, when you give yourself the time to prepare and act in the right time, and don't rush into something, basically. So Spirit is really asking you to make your decisions for the good of all concerned. Really think things through. How your future plans and behaviors will affect those you love, will take grounded steps forward, just keeping everything in check, and just seeing the bigger picture in everything that you do. So I feel like there's some hesitation a little bit, and which is perfectly okay, Spirit is saying, but they just want you to be prepared when moving ahead. There's nothing to be worried about, really. I feel like you got this under control. You know more, and you're doing more than you think you're doing, but I feel like you could just be around some negative outside influences that are kind of triggering, for good reason, triggering things in you that you still need to deal with before you move on to the next level. Does that make sense? But I think you got this. I think you're on the right track. I think you're just in the situation where the triggers are just maybe out of control, or really like back to back to back, or really just maybe it's just one person or thing triggering you that's really just making you negative, basically making you really have distorted views on yourself, on them, and stuff like that. That's really causing this delay, the stagnation on moving things forward. But I think you have this. I'm really getting this feeling like you know what you're doing. You got this. You just needed to be reminded of your truth and of your divinity, basically. So as I say that, I do feel like Spirit is saying to meditation is really important right now, and prayer, and asking for guidance, and asking yourself if you're clear about your goals. And if you're prepared to take the next steps, and really being honest and having like an honest self-appraisal with yourself at this moment, and to dissolve any attachments to expectations of the world, of yourself, of others, and really listen to your soul. I think is really, really important. There needs to be like a stillness of the mind in order to receive the guidance that you need from your higher self, or from source, creator, spirit, God, whoever, and then having the strength to follow it, because I do feel like you do have the strength. I do feel like you're very strong spirit, like you have a very strong soul, you're a very strong spirit, and there's just like this thing with like people that you just can't get a handle on for some reason, and it's because you're not really seeing the truth of why we interact with people, and the relationship with having people, and what they serve, what other people serve to us. And 90% of the time people are just mirrors to us. That's all that this is. And the more that you can, like I said, clean up your view, clean up your wounds, the more you can see people for the truth, for who they are, and you won't be as triggered as much. I'm not gonna say you're never gonna be triggered, because you're always gonna be triggered. I feel like it's just kind of part of having a shadow side, but it won't be so intense, and it'll be like fewer and fewer, basically, and you'll know how to deal with it better. So yeah, so like, and then with ask with certainty, I just feel like you need to be really specific about what you're asking for, also be discerning about what you're asking for and why you're asking for it. Are you asking for it because you feel lack, because you feel like a victim, because you're placing blame? Or are you asking for it because it's really the best thing for you? It's the best thing for everyone. Remember when I was saying like keeping the bigger picture in mind, and really paying attention to your motives and your actions, and how they're going to affect people that you love and people in your life. So really be careful what you wish for. I feel like this is what this card is saying, because you're gonna get it. And when you do ask, make sure you're certain about it. Make sure you're really like serious about it. You're devoted to it. You're just really committed to what you're asking for, and you're asking for the right reason. So this is really important. I feel like there's a lot of like deep messages here that I didn't really get so into, but I think you got the gist of it. I hope I explained it pretty well here. But yeah, that is what I see for you guys. So I'm going to leave it here. Spirit's asking me to do so because I think you get it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this resonated. I hope this made sense. Please feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, Pile C, and welcome to your reading for your energy update check-in. So, I am picking up that a lot of you who chose this group are dealing with some social things. In terms of like your friends, because we do have to choose friends wisely. So I think that's a really important message. I think that's possibly the main theme of what's going on right now. So I do feel like a lot of you may be in this predicament where you are having difficulty with friends, maybe losing friends, gaining new friends, maybe having trouble deciphering or figuring out who's your friend, or what friendship means to you. I think there's just a lot of things that are going on in your social circle that you may be uncomfortable with. I think there are people who you may call friends, that you may think are your friends, that are actually really not your friends. I think you're discovering that, or you will be soon. I feel like that's something you already know. Deep down, you already kind of know who your real friends are and who they're not. I just think you may be kind of avoiding letting them go or something like that. But there is a particular like friend or friends that, nothing good is going to come from the situation until you kind of release yourself from it, until you retreat and create some distance between you and these friends or friend. So I do feel like you could be feeling like you're surrounded by people that don't understand you. This doesn't have to be friends. It could be family too. But since we have the friends card, let's just say it's friends. So I do feel like you could right now be surrounded by people who you feel like don't understand you. I do feel like you just don't fit in with these people. Maybe at one point you did, but now you're starting to feel a disconnect with them. Like you just don't feel, you're just wanting to be around like-minded people, kindred souls basically, and you're wondering if this is something that you can achieve. And I do feel like if this is something that resonates with you, Spirit is saying that yes, you can achieve this. You have a soul family, you have a soul group, you have kindred souls who are dying to meet you just as much as you are to them, because I do feel like you're around people who you just don't resonate with anymore, and that's okay, because at one point you did, but I think you're just growing up and you're maturing and you're just becoming an ascended version, evolving like you're supposed to, and you just can't hang around or talk to certain people anymore because it just doesn't resonate, doesn't feel good. You're just changing, which is fair, it's fine. Everyone's not meant to be in your life forever. So maybe you're thinking that there's something wrong with you, that you're a weirdo, or that you feel like you shouldn't be feeling this way. And I feel like if you are feeling that way, Spirit is saying don't think like that, because you do have people that match you. You do have people of like-minded that want to be with you, that want to be friends with you, that want to spend time with you. I feel like it's just, you're just claiming your individuality. You're becoming more unique. You're growing. Your soul is growing. Your spirit is growing, and your vibration is beginning to change. And I feel like through those changes, bonds with certain people are breaking. Which is like I was saying, it's a natural sign of your growth. I feel like it's just kind of stressful right now. I feel like you're going through some stressful relationship changes. But this change I'm hearing is inevitable and is part of your growth. So Spirit is basically saying continue to love and accept yourself. Continue to love and accept others, as they are, not asking them to change or to be different, but just, just kind of, what do I want to say? Pray for your kindred soulmates to find you, basically, as you travel down this new path, because I am feeling like you're going down this new path that's more basically in alignment with what you want to achieve, with the type of person you want to be. And Spirit is just really asking you to release these attachments to people that don't resonate with you anymore, without any guilt. I feel like you may feel guilty for letting people go or letting these friends go, but I feel like they serve their purpose, honestly. And I am hearing that you will meet new people that will serve your purpose moving forward for your future, in your life. But you have to let these people go peacefully and lovingly, not out of hate, not mean, you don't have to be nasty, but you have to let them go because it's just not resonating in you anymore. And you just feel empty when you're around them, and you feel probably lonely when you're with them, even though you're not alone. So there's no point in holding on to that. I feel like you're just scared that you won't find your group or you won't find new friends, and that's not true. You will. Because they're looking for you just as much as you are looking for them, basically. So this is basically saying Spirit is asking you to keep your heart and mind open. New friends will come to you soon. They will soon appear. And I feel like you can learn a lot from the people. You have learned a lot from the people that you're with right now, and you can continue to learn. You don't have to break everyone off, but you can learn from those people who want to grow, who want to move forward, who want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's people around you who are like, you're like almost like you're forcing harmony with people or something, or people around you are forcing harmony. I'm getting like a forced obligatory type of energy with these friends, basically. And I do feel like these are people who, like, not all of them, but some of them, one or two in particular, do not support your growth. And so those are the people that you want to distance yourself from, that you want to release. I feel like other people are okay. You can maneuver and handle them, accordingly. But there is like specific, like 1, 2, or 3 people who just do not support your growth, who do not support who you want to be, who you're becoming for the future. And those are the people you have to let go. And you shouldn't have to feel guilty about doing so, because you're doing what's best for you. And those people served a purpose, and now their purpose is no longer needed. And I think it's going to be amicable, this happening, but I think you just may feel guilty about it. But I think they feel it too anyway. So, they feel like the distance, they feel a disharmony, they feel like the forced conversation or meeting up and stuff like that. I feel like if you just let it go peacefully and just pray and relinquish control, I feel like it'll just be like amicable thing. I don't think it's going to be like a major thing or anything. Then we have nothing will come of this situation, void moon. So this card is about avoid course moon. So this is about trusting that whatever's happening is happening for your highest good, basically. This is also saying that something is diminishing. Again, with the friends, I do feel like you're just losing friends, but you're losing like the friends that don't resonate with you anymore. Not all your friends, but like I said, a couple of them, a majority of them, whatever the case may be for you. Because Spirit is saying that something better is coming around the corner for you, which means more like-minded people, more like-minded friends. But you have to believe that you will get what you need. You have to surrender to the divine. This is a really good time to meditate, to contemplate. We also have deep replenishment here, which is also about meditation. So this is a good time to spend some time alone and really visualize yourself having the friends and people you want in your life, basically. Seeing yourself achieve the highest possible outcome in this situation. Experiencing and feeling all the details of what it would be like to be around like-minded people, to be around people who support your growth, who support what you want to achieve, who support your relationships, who support whatever you want to do whatever you want to do that's helping you become the best version of yourself. Being around people who support that and realizing that that's important and that you need to be around people who support you in that. And if they are not supporting you, if they're kind of diminishing you or maybe suppressing you in some way or just kind of, being negative around you, then those aren't your friends anyways. And you need to relinquish control and like let those people go, basically, because I do feel like nothing good will come of this, of you keeping them around in your environment in any way, shape, or form. So if you're worried about this is a sign basically that there's nothing to worry about. You are in the process of creating your own reality right now. So I feel like you're really doing a lot of manifesting, a lot of changes in your behaviors and your beliefs. You're really kind of you're really changing. You're really just in a place of like kind of shedding old skin and clearing out space for the new to come in. And there's a really heavy like energy or message here about visualization. So this is something that you may want to practice and continue to keep up with. If you haven't been, this is something that you may want to try because it'll help you achieve your goals. And basically visualization is just seeing yourself, like I was saying, achieve the highest possible outcome, but making sure it feels good and that you experience the feeling and the details, like basically act as if you already have it. That's the best way I can explain that. And then with deep replenishment, it says retreat, rest, be held. I think you really need to nurture yourself right now. Spend some time alone, visualizing what you want. Spend some time connecting to nature, connecting to your intuition, connecting to your feminine side, whether you're feminine or masculine, like just connecting to that receptive, creative, intuitive side of you. I'm getting a lot of flowers, so maybe buying flowers for yourself or connecting to nature or plants or water, connecting to your emotions, really feeling your emotions. Maybe looking up at the night sky and looking at all the stars and connecting to the stars and realizing that you are a star, you are the universe, you create your own reality. Really just meditation, manifesting, prayer, just connecting to your intuition. I feel like this is very connecting to your intuition. That's going to help you visualize the path that you want to take and where you want to go and what you want to achieve. So, wow. I feel like this was a shorter message than, I think it was really short, sweet and to the point. This was like a shorter message than the other ones. But that is what I see for you guys. So I will leave it here. I feel like you're definitely on the right path. You're definitely doing the right thing. I think you just needed some confirmation about whether to leave some people behind, detach from some people, distance yourself from certain people. And the answer is yes, and that you will achieve what you want to achieve the more that you believe that you can achieve it. So whatever you believe, it's basically a yes. So if you believe that you can't achieve like-minded friendships, then you won't. If you believe that you can, then you will. It's kind of like that type of thing. Again, back to the visualization. So making sure that you're visualizing the highest possible outcome and knowing that Spirit is definitely affirming that nothing good will come from you being around people that don't support you, that you don't feel like are your real friends, and that basically, like I was saying, all this is happening because they want you to have better like-minded friends in your circle for your future and for who you're going to be in the future. Because I do feel like you're on this path of like becoming the best version of yourself. So that is what I see for you guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If not, you can feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.